You're looking live at the U.S. Capitol building in Washington, where the heads of the world's largest social media platforms face tough questions from lawmakers. Facebook and Twitter say they took unprecedented steps to control misinformation in the weeks before and after the election. Well, Channel 11's Samantha Manning joins us live from Washington tonight. And Samantha, lawmakers are divided on how the company should handle online content.
David, Republicans accuse the social media giants of censoring free speech and targeting conservatives. Democrats, meanwhile, say the online platforms sometimes don't go far enough.
Twitter and Facebook say this was an election season unlike any other.
This was the largest election integrity effort by any private company in recent times.
Facebook says it worked with law enforcement and the intelligence community to combat voter suppression and misinformation. Twitter says it labeled more than 300,000 misleading tweets from October 27th to November 11th. But Democrats question if enough was done, pointing to a tweet from President Trump on November 7th saying he won the election. A warning label was placed on it saying official sources may not have called the race yet.
Does that label do enough to prevent the tweet's harms?
I believe it's really important that we show people a broader context.
Republicans blasted Twitter for blocking a New York Post article about Hunter Biden.
That to me seems like you're the ultimate editor.
Twitter says it has since changed its policy.
We admitted this action was wrong and corrected it within 24 hours.
Both parties do agree on one point. They both want to reform what's known as Section 230. It's a law that protects online companies from being held responsible for what users say or do.
Incentivize social media platforms to come up with standards that are transparent.
The American public deserves and demands real reform and accountability.
And senators on this committee have introduced bipartisan legislation to reform Section 230. It specifically aims to crack down on child sexual exploitation on the internet. Live in Washington, Samantha Manning, Channel 11.